Oh, holy shit! It's super stormy out. Okay, but yeah, that's pretty good. So back with the game.
God, what am I doing?
All right. So, you guys are continuing down the hall past the mop closet.
Mhm.
Okay. So you get to the next left turn, and in about another 15 feet, there's a door to the left. Apparently, I like lefts a lot. But
Seriously, I feel like a NASCAR driver. It's
and
another
then
left turn.
and then beyond that, let's see. You guys can see like up to 60 feet, right? Yeah, that's
Sure, why
pretty
not?
standard.
I can, yeah. At least in the
5,
dark
10,
minutes.
15, 20, 35, 55, 60. Okay. So, um, looking down the hallway, all the way to where things stop being really visible, there is one door on the left, about 15 feet in. And then beyond that, a little ways, it kind of looks like the hall opens up just a little to the left, and then past that, it opens to the right even farther. But then you can't really see much past that. So as far as you can see, it starts to open up as it goes farther.
All right. Well,
I mean, we were
We see
kidnapped,
it.
but I feel like this place can't be that big, right? So, I mean, I feel like if we go
Yeah.
all the way down, we'll probably find a door sooner or later.
Yeah. I say we check that door to our left again.
Sure.
Maybe another mob closet, but let's do what we did before the stealth
So,
slowly open.
to make it easy,
Okay.
tugboat, rinse and repeat. Cautiously, both
Cool.
listen, yada yada.
So roll for advantage on investigation. What
On what?
investigation?
15. Investigation is under what?
Oh shit.
It's an intelligence.
15 would give me 17.
Cool.
Would perception?
Not perception.
Okay.
You're investigating the door. So
Okay.
there
So
is
15.
light coming.
So I also have a passive investigation skill
Okay.
of 12, and I rolled a 17 plus 2
Yeah, let's go with his
modifier.
Cody read me his rolls first.
Oh!
Oh no!
Do you know how many times we've rolled on door checks, Colton? Why didn't you say something?
I told you that only one of you get to roll because you're rolling with help. So Cody read me his rolls first. And that's what we're gonna go with.
Well, at
So-
least
Okay.
15 is still above
That's
average.
pretty good. Yeah.
It's not terrible. We're not probably gonna die.
So there is light coming from under the door. There is a little bit of conversation. You hear one voice that is in particular. He sounds a little unsure of himself, but you can make out some snippets. It is still just kind of shooting the breeze. And then one of them mentions one of the 4 voices. I'll give you an exact number this time. There are 4 voices inside. You hear one of them talking about Terith, and when he mentions that name, the other people in the room kind of quiet down a little bit. So
Terith.
Terith.
Huh.
Googling will do you no good. This is something I made.
Interesting.
I mean, that didn't even come to mind, but don't mind me.
Yeah.
I
So
say we continue to listen. We might pick up something else.
Okay.
I certainly don't want to engage 4 people at once.
That's
right.
true.
I mean, we have
Uh,
weapons, but I honestly don't know how much we deal versus how much we'll take, because I would
Yeah.
have no knowledge of that whatsoever in general.
That's true. Yeah.
Because newbie.
Right.
Maybe an elaborate trap would help.
An overly
Water in
elaborate
a bow
trap.
and arrow. So listening through the door, you heard the one voice mention Tereth, and then one of the other voices, after hushing for a moment, one of the voices, a little bit deeper, more half orc kind of voice, he says something to the effect of, you can't mention that name out loud here. What we're trying to do. And there was kind of a fervent, like, hush hush, kind of he who must not be named kind of vibe.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. That's about it. They slowly kind of break back into casual conversation. They mention the Black Rose.
What is that?
They just mentioned the Black Rose.
Okay. I didn't know if
Um,
that was an actual reference.
no, not as far as you know.
Okay.
As far as you know, that's just a name.
Just banter. Okay.
And they hold on, let's see here. They mention that maybe they should go check on their prisoners. And one of them, you hear footsteps coming towards the door.
Okay. They're coming towards our door. Our door. It's a barely lit hallway. Neither of us would have an issue hiding.
You guys are both still presently stealthed. I'm gonna go ahead and roll over your stealth. Do you guys remember what you rolled?
You're gonna roll
I'm gonna go ahead and have your stealth checks roll over. Do you guys remember what you rolled? I didn't notate it.
I didn't. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case,
Are you talking about this last roll we did? Because that was 15.
no, the stealth roll.
Oh, I don't
stealth
remember
roll
stealth.
from
That was a while ago.
For the mop closet, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was 20 something. That was like 23, 22.
No, that was your lock picking.
Oh, that's damn it. That's right. Damn it.
Remember, I rolled like a 19 stealth, and you were like at 15 or something like that.
Yeah. So you hear the footsteps approaching. They are getting really close.
Well, is that one set of footsteps?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
If we stealth and back away from the door a relative distance, we could wait for the one to leave, turn a quarter, and provided he doesn't immediately alert anything, I could stealth attack because I get a bonus for that.
Yeah.
But obviously he's going to turn one direction or the other, so whoever he walks towards, the other attacks.
He has reached the door, and you hear his hand touch the doorknob, but he pauses for just a moment. And calls back into the room. Yeah, I'll be back in a sec. And
okay. I say we stay in stealth and try to let him go by.
So go ahead and
no. So if we let him go by and he goes to check on us, he'll see that we're out of there. Kelso, you said you still have another foot of rope, right?
I would say that if he manages to pass which one of us he's going to pass, if he manages to not see us, we could essentially tail him back towards the cells and take him out there much further away. Because we walked a good distance in a giant-ass left-turn circle, but a good distance nonetheless. So if we let him get at least out that way, it would take much longer for someone to realize that he's gone. And we'd be close to the cells, so we'd have somewhere to stash
up. Pause for just a hot second.
Yeah.
You guys are backing away from the door and stealthing. That is the consensus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Roll me for stealth.
Both?
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
No advantage, just one roll. Dexterity plus proficiency and whatever else you might have.
Oh shit.
18.
2.
18 total.
2 total? Is that your flat roll, or is that plus your dex?
That's plus my dex.
So you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Colton's dead.
Cool. So, Kyle steps back away from the door, and what was it that you rolled, Kyle? Cody?
18 total.
Okay. 18. And I'm
gonna look real quick for wherever that stealth attack. Sneak attack 1d6.
I will give you the 2. So he walks out into the hallway, and I would have been I would have laughed really hard if I managed to nat one that. So he steps through the doorway and turns right, and immediately notices the half-elf. And he calls back into the room.
I don't have a chance to attack him.
You dropped away from the door. How far back would you say that you dropped away from the door?
I don't have any chance to attack him the second he walks out. Then before he yelled.
That's why I'm asking. Did you take one step back away from the door and kind of drop down?
I mean, a pace is a pace left and right foot, right? That's a pace. It's both feet, right?
Yes.
I would say
no. One pace is like one step.
Okay,
that would just be another word for it.
I would say I would just say probably 3 to 4 steps back, something enough away, but still close enough.
So correct, you are not within range of an immediate attack of opportunity.
Okay.
However, he is still facing away from you, facing towards Brave, but he called back into the door saying that that you guys got out. So I need for you guys to roll initiative.
And that's the
Colton,
D20,
I'm gonna
right?
need you to roll very low for me, buddy.
That is a D20 plus your dex modifier.
Okay.
6 in total.
Thank God. 8 plus 4 would be 12.
Okay.
That means I get first move, right?
Well, hold on. Cody or Colton rolled a 6. Let's see here. I can roll 3 of these at once. And oh, good lord.
Is that good or bad?
Just tell me if I'm a pincushion or not, Tugboat.
Hold on.
I mean, here's the thing, Colton. If you die, then that means you take half of my stuff with you.
I only have your dagger.
And my bow and arrow.
Wait, you had a bow and arrow too?
I also had a bow and arrow.
You had a bow and arrow too?
Shit. I didn't.
Doggo, did you not look at my screenshot? I mean, granted, that was much later, but I had sent them previously in the week.
Yeah, I did not. Plus, I had no idea what Colton was playing until tonight.
That's totally fair.
So.
That's totally fair. I
Sorry.
tried to bait him into telling us. Leather armor, short sword, short bow, 2 daggers, 20 arrows, burglar's pack, thieves' tools. I gotta find the other half of that screenshot. Fuck, where is it? I like how I sent the same screenshot twice in that list. Good job. Thieves' tools, staff, hunting trap, trophy, set of traveler's clothes, and a belt pouch.
Okay.
I ended up with a lot of equipment for my character. That was convenient to have it all taken away.
So, the first person. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a description here. He is a medium height, about as tall as Brave would be standing up. Medium build. He doesn't, he doesn't look underfed. Doesn't look like he's fat. And he is completely robed in a scarlet cotton robe. There is a pendant hanging from his neck that is a 7-pointed star. And the hood comes over his face enough that you can't really see any distinguishing features, and he whips out a mace. And
whoa, I was expecting like a tome or something, not a friggin' mace.
Brother Adrian will now destroy with God's holy mace.
Give me just a sec. I gotta figure out how much damage a mace does. Cool.
So the reason I've been laughing during this is because it occurred to me. It's like we took the robes. We could totally like try to lie our way by donning the robes really quickly. Oh, except for one, Colton's been spotted already. And two, I have a very low charisma, so I'm not talking my way out of anything.
Yeah.
Hey,
you guys
so
didn't
do
take
I.
the robes. You took the material that they were using to make. And this was at the present extra material that was in storage. So
gotcha.
Even so, so the first guy in the robe comes out from the door, and he spotted Colton immediately, yelled into the room that they got out, and he takes I would say 2 strides towards Brave and swings his mace right at Brave's face.
Holy shit.
So what is your armor class?
11.
11. Does that with the leather armor?
Yeah. Oh wait,
adding your dexterity modifier?
So it'd be 12 in total.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you calculate armor again?
So for light armor, which leather armor is light armor, you take the armor class plus your dexterity modifier. And if you are proficient in light armor, you add your proficiency bonus as well.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Hold on. I don't think that's right.
Hold on, let me go check because.
Sorry, that is not correct. You don't add your proficiency, just your dexterity.
So my armor
modifier.
class is 15.
Yeah, because you have a dex plus 4.
Right, but I'm also proficient in light armor.
You do not add your proficiency bonus. I'm looking at another character sheet who is also proficient in light armor and wearing and he does not get.
So light armor is whatever the initial value is plus your dexterity for
plus dex bonus. Yes. Okay, so he hits you over the head for 5 damage.
Oh fucking shit! Sorry.
What's your total health?
10.
Oh jeez.
And he already took a
I'm
couple
down to
points of
3.
burning damage.
I mean, you have one more hit point than I do, but still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, holy crap.
So
I
he
didn't
took a slap.
difficulty check
Okay.
this before I before I did this. So yeah. And that is all that he does. And then coming from inside of the room, making his way out of the door, and he will glance around because he's looking for Cody. Plus his wisdom. He doesn't get anything. So he steps out of the door, dagger in hand, and he looks around, but he does not see Kyle. But he does come. He starts to come around the side of the other robed figure. This guy is also wearing a robe of scarlet cotton cloth.
I would definitely say we're in a cult dungeon.
Yeah.
So
is he facing me but not knowing I'm there, or is he still looking at
the
guy who just got hit in the face?
Yeah, he's starting to come around the side of the other guy. And the two of them standing in the hallway is, I mean, not an impenetrable wall, but they take up the hallway. But he's not quite within reach of slashing at Brave with his dagger. Okay. And then Cody, it is your turn.
Okay. So, if I recall correctly, not only do I get... So, it says sneak attack is a 1d6, which is a bonus I get, right?
Yes.
And then on top of that, don't I get a bonus because he's like right next to the enemy?
That is your sneak attack.
Okay, so that's what that is then?
Yeah.
Okay, so sneak attack is because he's right there next to him and that I'm not detected.
You get sneak attack. Let's see. Let me search up how this works. Rogue.
From what you had mentioned, you had said I get a sneak attack just for having someone within, I think you said 5 or 10 feet of an enemy. And I don't even have... You said I didn't even have to be stealth for that to kick in.
Okay, so you know how to strike subtly and exploit a foe's distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra bonus damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll, or if another enemy of that target is within 5 feet of it. So, because of Colton being right there, because of Brave being right there,
and certainly distracted.
Yeah. So, you get that advantage on him regardless, just because of his position.
Okay. So, if I roll to attack
because
him,
you are stealth right now, you get to attack with advantage. Okay. So you would roll your attack roll twice and read me your highest, which is the D20.
Right. Okay. My highest strict roll was a 15.
Okay, that hits.
Okay. And then do my different weapons do different damages? Or...
So your dagger will deal 1d4, or if you whip out your sword as you are approaching them, then you do. Let me figure out.
What was the dagger damage?
1d4.
Okay.
Or with a short sword, it does 1d6. So for your sneak attack, you would do 2d6 damage.
And that's for the short sword. I do 2d6.
Yes.
Okay, but not for the dagger.
Correct. With the dagger, you do 1d4, 1d6.
Oh, so I do. Okay, so I do get the Okay, so I get 1d6 for both, is what I was trying to ask. Very unsuccessfully, because my phrasing was terrible, but nonetheless. Okay,
right.
So, I mean, really the only thing that would change there is my percentages of getting higher.
Right.
2 and 4, 1 and 4 versus likewise at
Yeah.
6.
Right. So you can hit him, and the short sword is considered a finesse weapon, so you are allowed to use that as your sneak attack weapon. So
Okay.
so you can attack with either your short sword or your dagger.
Well, I'm gonna roll the first d6 and then see how I feel. A 5.
I'm gonna say attack. Pick your weapon before.
Okay. I'm gonna say dagger because I feel like we're in a much closer combat at the moment. Because I mean, we're pretty much in a doorway. At least half of them are.
Right.
All right. So I rolled a 5 with the d6.
Okay.
And then, hold on, that fell off. All right, I rolled a 3 with the d4, so 5 and 3.
Okay, so 8 damage.
Hey, kitty.
So you run up behind the cultist. You guessed correctly. You run up behind the cultist, and you whip out your dagger, and you stab him just in the right side, right underneath the ribs. Goes up, and he did not see it coming. And he is definitely doing very not good.
Hey, Colton, I think your nut type went out.
My what?
Oh, nope, there it goes. It was extremely muffled for a second there.
Weird.
Just checking. All right.
Whoops.
Out of curiosity, if I when I go for an attack, if I say I choose a specific target when I attack, does that change anything, or is that overthinking it? Like when you asked me what do I attack with, if I said dagger versus if I said I attempt to stab him in the neck or the back of the wings.
I would say that we can flavor text it after we figure out damage and stuff, but as
Hello?
we won't worry about, like, I tried to have a thing where, like, I'm as a ranger, I'm aiming for pinning his foot to the ground or something, but that's actually wrapped up in another feat or a spell or something.
Okay.
So I would say no, we're not gonna do like specific targeting, just attacks, and we can flavor it after we figure out the damages.
Okay.
I
was just curious because I'm still trying to learn.
Right.
I know there's
I
certain specifics in this game, and then there's certain non-specifics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And I think that is it. Unless you have a bonus action that you want to do, but at this point, I don't think you have any bonus action.
I wouldn't know how to determine that, so.
Right. Well, like things like Arcane Trickster, you might have a cantrip or something that is a bonus action cast, or with Cunning Action, you get like you can use your bonus action to dash, disengage, or hide. But that's at level 2. So at this point,
when I look at my
because unless you are dual wielding, but
I mean, they're both one-handed weapons. If I had known that was an option, I might have gone for that. I mean, at least with a broken sword, because those are both small one-handed weapons, I'd probably be more successful with those. Rather than a dagger and short sword, maybe a dagger and broken sword.
Oh, okay. So you can...
Cat, can you stop? Get down.
Okay, so you can swing if you it. I'll go ahead since I didn't specify this, or since you didn't know this, and this is, I mean, this is your first time playing ever, right?
Yes, quite literally.
Okay. So, because of that, I will kind of, I mean, I don't want to say allow you, like, I'm not going to allow that, but I will allow you to say that you also pulled your second weapon and make a second attack. You can, this one does not get your sneak attack bonus, and you're allowed to use your bonus action as an offhand weapon attack. You do not get any bonuses to it. So, like with your dagger, you would add your dex bonus because it's a finesse weapon, but you do not get a proficiency bonus with it. It's just whatever you roll.
Okay. Okay. So when you said dagger, you meant the broken sword as my offhand, right?
Yeah, you can have the broken sword as your offhand.
Okay.
So short sword is your offhand. Short sword is a one-handed.
Right, I'm gonna leave real quick and see if I can get this to stop lagging out as much as it is.
It also is very likely my. There he is. He's back.
Hello.
Hello.
It does seem better. Okay,
Okay.
so we were talking about offhands. The dagger was my
So
on-hand because I went for the dagger and broken sword. And the broken sword
yeah.
would definitely be my offhand.
So you could have the broken sword in your offhand or the short sword in your offhand. The short sword is a one-handed weapon.
Okay. So broken sword versus short sword. Would there be any reason to choose one or the over? One over the other?
The broken sword would be considered a dagger and only do 1d4 versus the short sword, which could do 1d6.
Okay, then I'll go with the short sword.
Cool. So as you run up and stab the guy in the right hand side under the ribs, you also had your short sword out and you take a swing at him. And what is your attack roll?
Oh, D6, right?
D20 first.
Oh, okay.
Because you are making a separate attack.
Okay, so 14.
That hits.
Do I
and
add
then roll a d6 for damage.
or anything to that, or?
Nope.
Okay.
It hits. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so that was for a hit. Okay, so and then D6 is a 5.
Cool.
Kitty.
So you stab him in the ribs, and then as you rip out your right hand dagger, you come in with your short sword and you slash into his torso, and it only goes into about his spine, and then he just already just drops very dead.
Yay.
So one is dead. One dead. No, one A and dead. Thank you. Yeah. So he's real sopping dead. And his mace clatters the floor, and his friend just kind of what? And looks over his shoulder and now realizes that you're there. But his buddy's dead and there's not really anything.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah. Okay.
You're but a head. 'Tis only a flesh wound.
Colton, it is your turn.
All right, sweet.
So you got hit in the face with the mace, 5 damage.
Yeah.
You're otherwise kind of okay.
Yeah, kind of having only 30% of my health left. Yeah. Sorry. So I take out my bow.
All right.
And I shoot the guy in front of me with the bow.
Okay. So make an attack roll and add your dexterity modifier.
All right. crap, that didn't roll right. 4 plus dexterity. Okay, so 5.
That does not hit. Your arrow clatters off the wall next to his head. When his friend was stabbed and then slashed, he like jerked his head and you shot right past him. And out from the doorway comes. Sorry. Do you have anything else that you are going to do? You have 30 feet of movement, and the way in front of you is mostly clear except for Kyle, and his now very dead buddy. To the right is the guy with the dagger, but he was like kind of he's just out of arm's reach. Yeah.
So I couldn't shoulder check the guy into the door if I wanted to, right?
He's not in the doorway. He kind of came out and around the guy towards the left. So he is on the opposite side of the hall from.
Damn. Okay. As an extra attack, could I try throwing the dagger at him?
That'd be a dexterity check, wouldn't it?
Well, it would just be a thrown weapon attack.
Oh.
Let me double check.
I thought that was the same thing.
Attacks with a bow. 5e. Because I am not. Oh, okay. Cool. So, yes, you are able to throw the dagger. I will give you a dagger throw as a bonus action.
All right.
But you will roll with disadvantage because you had the bow in your hand and the dagger was not equipped. So you're kind of grabbing it and flicking it.
Yeah.
So roll 2 d20s and take the lower of the two.
The lower.
Okay, does not hit. You like grab at the deck and handle actually is what makes contact with the guy, and it pulls his attention back over to you from being agape at his friend being slaughtered.
All right.
Is that all?
I don't suppose I could move away from him, could I?
You can. He is not within melee range, so he does not get an attack of.
All right, yeah, then I'll move away from him.
Man, this is cutting out hard.
Yeah.
Is it my end?
Yeah.
I would say
am on CQ
Colton
Wi-Fi,
is
yeah.
every now and again, but yeah, it's mostly you, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on the CQ Wi-Fi, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are able to move away. He is not at the moment within a range that he could get an opportunity at.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. That way, I'm further away from him, and he wouldn't be able to reach me.
Are you backing up to the end of the hallway?
Yeah.
Cool. That's about 10 feet. And okay, is that all?
Yeah, that's all.
All right. So barreling out of the door and basically running straight into Kyle is a third cultist with his sword drawn. And he doesn't even really take the time to notice that his friend has just been thoroughly butchered. And he just kind of comes in and makes a slashing attack straight at Kyle. Let's see here. What is your armor class, Cody?
According to that, it's 15.
Cool. So his slashing attack coming through the door actually just catches the top of the door frame, and as it comes down, it just kind of flicks harmlessly onto the ground. That's all that he does. So
And
he is
he's
now
done for the day. He's gonna go home ashamed of himself.
And so from behind this guy who is still in the doorway, another guy in the same cultist robe walks up, and only to Kyle's shock and surprise, because he's the only one who can see him through the doorway, he actually swings his mace at the head of the other cultist.
Holy shit.
And he hits him for 2 damage. So just kind of swings at him, clocks him, but it doesn't really do a whole lot. And the third cultist he's a little shocked, surprised, and upset at the fact that
He just
he just
turned
got
on.
bapped by his friend. Cultist 3 is now at that much health. Okay. And so that brings it back to Cody's turn.
So, how much health do they have in total?
You do not get to know that.
Okay. I was wondering if ethnicity or anything helped with that.
No.
Because I know that one was an orc, but I think that's the one I killed.
The half orc? Yeah. No, that would actually be the one with the sword.
Oh, okay. Good on him.
Yeah.
I also mentioned in my story to Tugboat, but Colton might not have read. Kyle very much does not like orcs. A little on the racist side on it. So,
Gotcha.
FYI.
Well,
as long as it's not Goblin Slayer, kind of we're good.
I mean, just in general, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
all right.
So there, just to kind of refresh you on where people are at, directly in front of you, next to the corpse of the man you just slew, is one cultist with his dagger. And then to your right is another cultist with his short sword that missed you. And then inside of the room still that you can't really see, you saw him hit, you saw the swing and the hit, but you don't really see the person. Is what would be presumed a fourth cultist.
Right. It's the fourth one. It's the fourth NPC that attacked the third.
Yes.
If
we were to number them, 1 you killed, 2 is still totally fine, 3 got hit in the face with a mace.
I'm gonna go for 2 because he's the most valid threat at the moment.
Okay.
Because even if 4 was accidentally, which unlikely because how I don't hits 3. Even so, okay. That still dazes 3 for a little bit of time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for 2.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just generic attack with probably the same method, 1 in each hand.
Sounds good. So you can make 2 attack rolls and decide. So decide first which one you're attacking with. Would you attack primary hand first?
Because initially I was going to go with dagger and broken sword, the dagger was my primary.
Okay.
So, but since I'm doing short sword and dagger at this point, short sword would be my
cool
non-offhand.
You nimbly flick the blades to switch hands. Okay. Neat. I'm giving you a little more than maybe I should.
Well, that's initially what I was going to do, but I had already attacked with the dagger when you had mentioned the second attack. And I'm like, oh, that's a thing. Okay.
Yeah. So you have the short sword in your right hand and the dagger in your left hand, and so decide which you're going to attack with first.
Well, the short sword.
Okay. So roll your attack roll. You can add your dexterity bonus to it.
All right, so D20 plus dexterity.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a 7.
Plus proficiency, because I would assume you're proficient
9.
with simple weapons.
I'm pretty sure it says that somewhere in the image. Yeah. Simple weapons. So.
Oh, sorry. It is a martial weapon. I don't know if you have proficiency in martial weapons. You can still use it, but
simple weapons, weapon proficiencies are going to be simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you are able to add your proficiency bonus to that as well.
So that's a +2, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 7, 8, so 9, because that was
cool.
Such a fucking low roll.
So you actually do hit him.
Yay!
Roll for damage.
All right. Short sword is a D6.
Yep.
What?
Yes.
Okay. 2.
Cool. And then coming in with your dagger, roll a D20, no bonuses.
Okay. 8. And
then does not hit.
Okay, and that's a D4 for damage, right?
You don't hit.
Oh. Right. Okay.
Okay.
It's making up for that instant kill.
Yeah. Are you taking any other actions? I mean, no actions, but are you moving?
Let's see.
Just so you are aware, if you move away from him, you provoke an attack of opportunity, and he will hit you. Well, I mean, he will try.
How likely is he to hit me?
You have an AC of 15. I mean, he's got like a 25% chance. He doesn't get any bonuses.
You said that's if I move away from him, he can engage me, right?
Yes.
Huh. Weird. Okay, then. Okay, so he's in front of me. I'm making a sure as shit weak, but still, I'm making an attack at him directly in front of me, just behind the corpse. The two are in the door, or somewhat in the doorway to my right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'll move. I wonder. I was gonna suggest that I move between him and Colton, because we'd be on the same side, but it'd probably be smarter to stay on the opposite sides, because then they can't. He has to turn around between each attack.
You would also provoke an attack of opportunity from number 3 if you try to move around number 2.
Okay. I'll stay.
Okay. So then, number 2 was not a fan of being slashed at, even though it didn't hurt him terribly much. But he whips around on you with his dagger and hits you for 3 damage, Cody.
That brings me down to 6 health.
Okay. And that is all that he can do, because he is not... I mean, they're trying to keep you alive, so they're not really wanting to kill you.
Oh, that's
just
good
knock
to
you
know.
unconscious. Well, I mean, they would have killed you when they kidnapped you if they wanted you dead.
Yeah. I don't know. That didn't occur to me, I guess. I don't know.
That was probably more than I needed to say, but this is actually my very first session ever DMing. So.
No, I mean you're doing great. It's we're having fun.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a lot of fun.
Rip Ken, but then again.
I'll figure that one out later.
I mean, it's a character. It's a story that evolves. It's not hard to introduce people later down the road.
Right.
Or you can
Um,
essentially DM a private session where like less people against him, but same scenario.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like I
Or
said, it
say
happened
dance.
at a different time.
Right. So, that's all that Bandit number 2 is gonna do. He's got a nice little gash on his arm from your sword, and then Colton, it is your turn.
Woo. Okay. So, for bonus action, could I notch 2 arrows into the bow?
No,
Okay. So I'll take an arrow out and I'll fire at Colt. Which one's closest to me?
number 2 is the only one that you can really see. Number 3 is still in the doorway, and then the unknown is in the room still. So,
Okay, I'll take aim at the cultist number 2.
okay. So, go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Uh,
Crap.
Add your dexterity and your proficiency.
7.
Does not hit.
Damn it.
In the dim light of the hallway, it's kind of challenging to see, especially with the scarlet robes and the kind of the red glow of the torches. It makes it slightly difficult to actually take aim very well in here, and you just miss, which is fine. Anything else?
Well, I don't have my dagger, so I don't think I can retrieve that, could I?
Not from where you are. You would
Yeah,
have to run
so
into melee range.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
And then
All right. So, the half orc cultist, and you only really know that. I mean, you guys don't actually know that as flavor. The half orc cultist, who is standing in the doorway still, is going to make another attack at Cody, and he definitely does not hit. Being bopped by his buddy, still has him kind of reeling and dazed. And he just swings and misses.
Hooray!
And then the unknown in the room, presumably cultist 4, just takes us another swing, and wow, he's rolling pretty good. Not so much on damage, but on attack rolls, he's doing great. And he hits his buddy for another 6 points of damage, just square in the jaw, and kind of crushes the jaw a little bit, and doesn't look like cultist number 3 will be chewing for a very long time.
Ooh.
Because the first swing came down and hit him, kind of glanced off the back of his head, so this was kind of a backswing, baseball swing kind of status, and hit him square in the jaw. And it is now Cody's turn.
Okay, so where is everyone's status at the moment then?
So we have the cultist that you slashed at. He is facing you and facing away from Colton from Brave. And then inside of the room, through the doorway, there is still the one cultist with the sword, the half orc with the sword, who has missed you on all counts that he's tried, and his jaw just got pretty crushed. He is still conscious, and he is still very much a threat in combat, but he is not looking too hot.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna go for the one I've been going for, number 2.
Okay.
And
Make your attack roll.
what's that?
Make your attack roll.
All right. Oh.
Attacking with your primary first.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, does it matter? I mean, Does it
It
really
would
matter though,
matter.
or
It would matter because of like
the
I
dexterity bonus?
yes. Also, just in the like, not that I would assume that you would cheat, but like, oh, I rolled a really crappy roll. I was swinging with my dagger, not with a short sword that can deal more damage.
Okay,
So,
I see what you mean.
just for the all around fairness,
Sure.
I would prefer for you to declare your attack
Declare first. Sure.
first.
Okay. No, I was curious. Um, yeah, I'll just roll a short sword because a dexterity
Okay.
bonus to a high number. I mean, it doesn't matter either way. It added to whatever the way I see it. All
Yeah.
right. So short sword. D20 is a 2. Dexterity makes it 6. Proficiency makes it 8.
Does not hit,
Dang.
but you still can attack with your offhand weapon.
All right, and that's still a D20, right?
Yes, but you do not get any of your
And no
proficiencies.
proficiency or bonus, right? 2 again. Oh my god, seriously?
So both of your swings, the cultist is able to uh, kind of deftly maneuver himself around. The slash that you gave him is not really hindering him whatsoever. Um,
At least I'm
and
distracting him.
that, yeah. So, is that all for you?
I'm not gonna move anywhere, but is that all I
Okay.
have left that's
Yeah, that's all
available?
you have left.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. In that case, so the guy steps around your sword swings, and he is going to hit you for
Ooh,
2 damage.
I have it. I'm at 4 health.
Like I said, I didn't difficulty check this before I ran it, so
It's okay. You could pull a miraculous. Oh, you're healed out of your ass. I don't mean whatever.
I mean, yeah,
Or we could die and start over
could.
and pretend the exact same thing happened.
Yeah.
Save point. I don't know what you're talking about. Those exist in the real world. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So, and then, so the guy in the room with the sword is now super pissed off that he has been hit not once but twice, and the second time was like super super clearly not whatsoever any flavor of accident. So he's actually going to turn and swing at the unknown for he definitely hits him. Oh geez, for 6 damage, which means that I actually need to figure out how much health he has. Hold on, let me pull up, because I didn't really anticipate him getting attacked at this moment.
I mean, he was whomping on him. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're bound to notice at some point. You're getting smacked in the back of the head.
Right. I'm gonna say that he has this much health left. Cool.
So, would you say that this app has been pretty accurate then?
It seems like it has been. I've never used it,
I think it's
so
like $2.50, $3 to upgrade it, so that way you can actually level up and stuff. And
oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure Ken has.
Yeah,
And
that
I'm
that
debating
sounds
it at
right.
this point.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it makes it really simple.
I would say so because you should look at what I'm
Uh,
looking at.
right. I mean, I use physical character sheets. I use paper,
Right.
and I like it. But
Which would make sense, but I feel like this is easier because it helps with math that I would have know nothing about.
right, that makes sense. Yeah. So, so now there was the slashy slash happen. The guy inside of the room is not feeling very good, but even still, he is going to take a swing at cultist number 3, and he does not connect this time. So that makes it Cody's turn.
Well, I mean, I'm bound to roll a decent roll at some point. Jeez. Should I
Did we
continue
skip
to?
over my turn?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm trying. I
You
was thinking
Yeah.
that too. I'm
correct.
like, is it real? I mean, okay, but
No,
is it
no,
really
no,
though? Because I
no,
don't think
no,
he's
because
played
you
in a
shot
long time.
Colton shot and missed in the dim torchlight, and then
Oh, that's
there
right.
And then
were
I
Yeah.
missed with a crappy roll.
nope.
Yeah. And
Oh, did we make a whole nother rotation and I skip over you?
yeah.
Shoot.
You could just give him 2 turns and then bring it back to me.
I didn't think that I did, but I must have.
I think you did, and I think the first one I
Oh,
didn't notice, and then you just now almost did it
oh,
again,
you know what
which
I
would have been
did?
2.
I still have your sneak that you rolled a while ago put up in front of your name where I had the initiative order.
Hmm.
And so your sneak was an 18, so I put you in front of cultist number 2 on accident. Cultist number 2 should have gone first, and then you, and then Colton.
Hmm.
So yes, Colton, take a turn now.
All right. I'll shoot cultist number 2 with my bow.
Okay.
Holy shit! A 19 plus
Okay,
1
it hits.
dexterity.
It hits.
Yeah.
Does he get a bonus
Yeah.
for it being in the back?
No. No, not in particular. Not with a
Okay.
bow.
I'm curious.
All
If it
right.
was
Like a
if it
melee
was
attack?
if it was a melee attack, I would give him advantage, but he rolled a 19, so he doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so roll
He's
for
good.
damage.
All right. What dice is that? 6-sided.
Let's see here. Short bow 5e. Go. Short bow.
All right. 3.
Oh yeah, 1d6 piercing. Cool. 3. So that sticks him right in the shoulder, and he was not terribly pleased about it. He does not have 86 health. He has that much. Okay. Oops. I accidentally pushed the button. We're good. We're good.
The button.
Um, and now swing back around to Cody's turn.
Okay,
Yes.
so
I think that'll work. That'll be fine.
oh, caught it. I'm gonna engage number 2 again.
Okay.
Short sword first, obviously.
Yep.
I rolled a fucking 3.
Okay. Add your dex and your
7,
proficiency.
9.
You hit him.
Okay. And then I roll a d6 for
D6.
damage. That is a 5. If I can
Okay.
stop rolling where it hits my computer, that would probably help my 3s that I keep getting.
Okay. So he, after being shot in the shoulder with an arrow, and then you just gouge straight across his chest, and he actually drops to one knee, and holds his offhand, so his left hand, across his chest, kind of trying to hold himself together.
I attempt to finish him with my offhand.
Okay.
Finish him.
Oh, I'm going for the face. I'm going for the neck with a blade. I intend to, Colton. All right, so D20.
No. You gotta gut him like a fish from the or from the neck down.
I think I'll save that for the other guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
12. Thank you.
Yep, very
Jeez. All right, and D4 is a 4. Yay!
Okay. So you come into his neck that he has basically presented you for free, and you just through the robe, through the hood, straight into the neck, and you feel him shudder under the blade, and then falls away from the blade, and just slumps onto the ground, very, very dead.
Oh.
Colton, I'm kind of carrying you here, buddy. I'm
Okay.
Kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you for the arrow that finally hit. Because I was missing hard.
And now it is Colton's turn. Again.
All right.
To kind of balance it out because I screwed up the initiative order.
Alrighty, so I'll move over to where Cody is, but
Okay.
not right in front of the door.
Right.
Where I can
So
at least see one of the
if you
guys.
are, if you move up to within the 5 foot space, then you are able to see just enough into the doorway that you actually see the fourth, the presently unknown. He took a really nasty slash, right, stretching basically from one shoulder to the other. If it had been much higher, it may have slit his throat, and he would probably be dead.
Wait, is this the enemy or the unknown that
This is
took
the
damage?
unknown.
Okay, so the unknown
That
is okay. Yee.
Yeah, but you can't, from your angle, you can't really
I can't
see.
see anything, right?
You can't see anything on the unknown, and Colton cannot see cultist number 3.
Wait,
Okay.
isn't cultist number 3 essentially standing in the hallway?
No, he attacked you through the doorway.
Okay, so then cultist 4 would be basically on
Inside of
my
the room.
side of the wall, but on the other side of the wall.
Yes, more or less.
So like you would do a U-turn through the doorway, and that's where he would be standing.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is why I can't see
If
him,
you
and he
hook
can. Okay.
right, because you're the way that I have this mapped out, you are presently in front of the door.
Oh, okay. So I'm closer to it than I
And
thought.
so then, like, you're in front of the door, and then there's the one guy on the opposite side of the door who was swinging at you and having no luck, and then
And then
rage
4 is
turned and
attacking him from behind that wall, which I can't see past.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because you were faced the opposite direction.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Can I fire an arrow at Cultist 4?
Wait, Cultist 4 is the one who's been killing Cultist 3 for us.
Yes.
Okay, then.
But wait. So
Cultist 4 has been attacking 3 so that I don't die.
he's who I've been referring to as unknown. So I've actually yeah.
So actually,
Basically,
say
4 has been
we-
bleeding out because I haven't helped him help me. Because I've been
Yeah.
killing the other one.
So I say we let them duke it out and see who lives. And then whoever's left will kill them.
Okay.
Savage.
Um.
I would agree to
So
that. Okay, well. So unknown is
we'll get to your turn and we'll figure out what you want to do.
fair enough.
So cultist number 3 hears his friend out in the hallway get slashed and then stabbed and then slump. And
Consonants.
so he like turns to face out the doorway and he's like really torn. Just, you can see from where you're standing, Cody, you can see kind of in his hood, and he's got this kind of panicked expression where he's being betrayed on one hand, and on the other, 2 of his compatriots were just butchered. And seeing your dagger being like, was very clearly what was just protruding from the neck. He's actually going to make an attack against you from behind, which gives him advantage.
Wait, he's behind me at this point?
Well, because you were...
I thought he was like off to my right in like my periphery.
Yes. Yeah, but the cultist you were killing was ahead, so...
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, I won't give him advantage. He's attacking from the right. It's a flank, but... Yeah, he doesn't hit you anyways.
I just wanted to double check because spatial awareness and figure,
out of curiosity.
you have to picture all this, so.
Yeah, out of curiosity, if I had rolled with advantage, he would have hit you. Probably killed you. But as it stands, he missed. And yeah, well, because his first roll was a 6 and his second roll was a 19. And you are sitting pretty at not very much health.
I have
he does 1d6
less
damage.
than half. Yes.
Yeah. So, and that gives the unknown in the room another chance to take a swing, and he doesn't hit at all. But he kind of like, as he's reaching in to swing, he kind of like half whispers, half says, "I'm on your side."
Hmm.
And now it is Cody's turn.
Was the good thing I didn't kill him earlier.
Yeah. You just showed a little bit of apathy was all, which is cool too. Just as good, I suppose. I would be the king on apathy. I should know.
I actually should make this guy a character sheet because
I see relevance to that. Yes. So, despite the fact that I obviously also heard the whisper,
yeah.
My initial goal was to, since he's pretty close to death, if he ends up killing the third one and then tries to turn on us anyway and kill everyone in the room, he's still close enough to death that we could probably take him, as long as, Colton shares the damage and he doesn't take 5 out of me when I have 4 health left. So my idea there was assist in killing 3 so that at least all of the knowns are dead.
Okay.
And work from there.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So
make your attack.
Short sword, then dagger.
Okay.
And off the desk it goes. Nope, I caught it. 16. Hey.
Okay.
So 20. So 22.
Yeah. He's got an armor class of 9. Yeah. It hits.
Yeah. All right, and then D6 for damage. 5.
Okay. So in the moment past the mace swing, going right in front of the face of the third cultist, you are able to kind of position your short sword so that in one thrust you stab it directly under the chin, straight into the neck, and in just a moment you watch the life leave the body, and he drops to his knees, and you rip out the sword, and he just kind of onto the ground. Okay, so we are out of initiative order. We may proceed as normal. So the body falls, and the fourth cultist in the room, the one who took a really nasty slash across his chest, he mutters some sort of a prayer. Just a sec. Let me pull up spell here. And there we go. Okay. This is why I needed a friggin' character sheet for him first. I am just going to say this. And he heals himself. That's actually pretty good. That's a good amount. And so he mutters a prayer, and he touches the wound. He starts at one shoulder and moves his hand across the chest, and the entire wound just seals up. And you see like golden light sparkle, kind of almost like a electricity kind of effect. And he just drags his hand across his chest, and the entire wound seals up.
Nice.
And then he steps out into the hallway, and continuing muttering his prayer, he lays his hand on Kyle and heals him for 7 health.
All right, so that would put me at max health of 9?
Yes.
Okay.
And he says, thank you for trusting me. My name is Eri. And
I'm enjoying this. This is a good impression.
Yeah. I guess I would assume the hand sent you.
Oh. Who dat?
Not
Hello?
from the hand?
No.
I know of a Foot Clan, but not the hand.
Then
Damn it, Colton.
I wonder if that means Julius failed.
Who's
Regardless, my name is Eri. I work for a group, an organization. We are called the Hand. We are trying to keep the peace in all of Arturia. Uh, and we heard of the Black Rose, this cultist group, and the dark things that they are trying to do down deep in the crypt. And they planted me to try and stop them. And they planted me with my partner Julian, and I sent Julian a week ago to get reinforcements, and I had hoped that you were them.
No.
No.
Nope.
Well, and he walks down the hallway with his hand outstretched and mutters another prayer and lays his hand on Brave, heals him for 3 hit points. That wasn't so good, but it will do for now.
Yay!
Hooray!
So I mean that's where we are at the moment.
Mhm.
What do you guys want to say? What do you guys want to do?
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. Ask him if he knows why we were there in the first place.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
The Black Rose is trying to manifest a dark god by the name of Tarith. Tarith is one of the old religion. He is god of mayhem and death. And in order to complete their sacrifice, they need blood. They abducted you, sounds like, and we're planning on sacrificing you for blood to Tarith to complete the ritual to manifest him.
Makes sense to me.
They just
Even though
picked
I'm so
poorly.
skeptical of everything.
Come, come, come. And he gestures back into the room that he came out of. And yeah, he walks back through the doorway and gestures for you to follow him into the room.
Well, I don't see a reason not to.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Follow.
So upon entering the room, you see that it is kind of a standard sitting room. There are a few chairs. There's a couple of tables. On one of the tables towards the middle of the room, there is like a silver urn, like one of the those fancy liquor. Not really a flask, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Kind of. I mean, flask would have
Kind of.
been
Yeah.
what I would have guessed.
Yeah. It's more. I guess it's not so much of an urn is not the right word, but like kind of
So what's in it?
uh strong drink.
Oh, you mean like a crystal?
Yeah, kind of, except it's silver.
Okay.
Then
Okay. I kind of. I mean, if as far as crystal goes, I know what you're talking about.
right,
Silver, same thing.
it kind of
I know what you're
think
talking about. I
the
can't think of the term though.
kind of think of the fancy glass carafes that we have here at the conference center, but
Yeah.
silvery and with a little handle.
Well, I think of like the high end shelf version of like Jack Daniel's kind of liquors,
Yeah,
like the really high end shelf. Like they have
right.
a.
Yeah,
God, what is
yeah.
the
That's
word?
that's a pretty good descriptor. Yeah, but silver.
Mhm.
Picture it silver instead of crystal.
Okay.
Um, and um, there is not really any art on the wall. However, there is a very large pendant that the cultists were wearing, which is a 7-pointed star. Let me just Google send it. Uh, let's see here. This save image as. I don't need to say that to my memes. Desktop. Go D&D local stuff. That one. And then add it. Sorry, I should have had this prepared before, but I
Nah,
didn't
don't worry
really
about
think
it.
about it.
It's no
That.
problem.
So it kind of looks like that. It's a 7-pointed star.
The upgrade is
Um,
$3 for me, by the way. Yeah, 7 pointed star. It's a
yeah, a
septagram,
heptagram. Heptagram.
heptagram. That's what it is.
Yeah. Um, and that is the only anything resembling art mounted onto the wall. Um, besides that, it's really kind of a poor man's sitting room, some chairs. There is one bookshelf, and it has some books on it. Not very many, and they appear to be really common books. Um, nothing really of interest. Um,
Are there any titles on the books, or are they just that generic kind of thing?
they're generic.
Okay.
I'm not quick enough to come up with book titles.
No, I
Um,
I meant like I wasn't expecting like actual titles. I meant like would there be any of interest to go over there and read them, or are you flat out saying that like yeah, don't bother?
there's not really anything that would be one of them. Several of them probably deal with folklore, mythology. Um,
I'm probably going to go read them and listen to the conversation.
okay. I will send you at some point any information that may be of it that you possibly gleaned from reading these books.
Ooh,
I can't
fascinating.
guarantee there will be anything, but I will think and see if there's anything that might be of note. Um,
Fine by me.
yeah. Um,
By the way, the upgrade for the app is $3, Colton,
All right.
which I have paid. If I can figure out how to. Oh, speaking of character and character sheets, did we get XP from killing all those things?
I am going to do more stone leveling rather than actually tracking experience. Partly because I've never bothered with tracking experience before, and I don't really know 100% how it works. So,
Okay. What did
um,
you say you'd be tracking instead? You cut out
milestone.
milestones. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. So, when we end, which I'm sure that you guys will want to be done relatively soon, not because you want to be done, but because, real people lives and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
we'll definitely be gaining a level for what we did tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Um, yeah. So, but we're not going to bother with that at this moment.
I was just
Uh,
curious.
yeah, right. No, I understand. Um, yeah. So, he brings you into the room. Kyle walks over to the bookshelf and starts kind of perusing the books. he finds one that has a title, something to do with Terith, and the other, or some not Terith specifically. Sorry, it mentions the old religion in its title. The Faith of an Age Past is the title of the book. And you can start thumbing through that one if you so desire. That one is probably the only one with relevance.
Okay.
There is one travel guide on the shelf. Just throwing that one out there too.
I'll probably read that one as well. What did you say?
Oh, I was just chuckling.
Oh. You and Colton started laughing. I thought I missed something.
No, I was more chuckling at myself. There's a travel guide too, just in case you're curious about a travel guide.
Again,
Which
dibs.
apparently you are.
Hey, look, there's a 3-star motel nearby.
All right. So
Only 2 gold pieces a night. Nice.
yeah. So
The Black Plague Motel. The equivalent of the modern Roach Motel. That's just what they called it back then.
Yeah. So
No reason.
So Ere brings you into the room, all this stuff. You head over to the shelf. He grabs a seat and kind of gestures at one of the other chairs for Brave. And so and he fills you in. And I'm gonna say this in a normal voice because I have a harder time thinking of how to say it in Ares' voice, but I will use Ares' voice later. He informs you that the Black Rose is the cult that you have been captured by. He relatively recently, like within the last couple of weeks, was planted into the cult by an organization that calls themselves the Hand. The Hand believe that they are not in charge of, but they like to be a part of helping to keep the peace, specifically between Magra and Tirida. But they are also on the lookout and always vigilant for other groups that may pose a threat to peace. And the Black Rose very perfectly fits that, as they are looking to manifest a god of mayhem and death.
Would make sense, yes.
So, yes, so I would like to escape, since we seem to be doing pretty well in the killing of the cultists, and they will notice that I am not here anymore. And they would look for me. That would not be good. So, I would like to take you to oh shoot, I forgot the city. Hold on. Give me a hot minute while I do this one. Doop doop doop. That is not helpful. That is a nation. That is not a city. I'm realizing how much more stuff I should have open and ready to go. But like I said, this is my very first time doing this, so I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out so far.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's going really well.
Book title.
Hey man, I eventually came up with one.
Yeah, the brochure.
Oh, okay. I would like to take you to my home base in Whistlerith, south of here, far south.
Pass. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if he's prompting us or reading.
I don't know.
Hello?
Well,
Yeah.
if I
Hello.
Oh,
so
there he is.
usually,
Yeah. I'm.
usually, if I'm speaking in a voice of a character, that is in character and what they are actually saying.
Yeah.
So he is offering you an
Okay.
escape out of the cultist crypt and into his home base in Whistlerith, which is south of Magra. That is the capital of Lunea, which is the nation south of the Sea of Divide that um, is in between Magra and
Are you on the phone?
me.
I thought I heard someone's phone go off.
Nope.
That was weird. Sorry.
I also don't know how much I'm cutting out. So if there are bits that you are missing that you concerned about, let me know.
Uh, yeah, I will. Um,
Okay.
it wasn't something you cut out about, but I just wanted clarification. You said we were going south of Magre, like not
Yeah.
in Magre, like south of Magre.
Yes. You
Okay.
would be leaving the nation of to Whistlerith, which is the capital city of Lunea.
Okay. Um,
I say we
so
follow for.
I mean, we're stuck down here. We might as well, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
is there anything to loot at least off of the corpses for now, since milestones and
Yes.
whatnot?
Here, I will read off what they most likely had. So there are 3 weapons out in the hallway right now. Well, actually, there's 4 because there's the one dagger that was thrown. Um, so you, without investigating anything, just passively what you see 3 not good shape cultist robes. You see 2 daggers. There's the one that was thrown by Colton, and one dagger that was wielded by the cultist. There is a sword, a short sword, and a mace. All of the cultists are wearing a crimson robe, but they have been pretty fucked up by the combat. Let's be honest. They're I
I
mean they're
tore him up a little
wearable,
bit, yeah.
but they would not do very good as a disguise point. Um,
And those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the 7 items just within sight, without searching anyone.
right. Also, all of the cultists are they have a pouch that is tied to their belt. Um, and they have a pendant with the 7-pointed star of what's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
Harith.
Harith. Yeah, thank you. Um, so there's the 7-pointed star of Terith pendant on all 3 of their bodies. That as far as you can tell, I mean, I'll just say straight out that that helps to signify their rank within the cult. The very plain steel 7-pointed star signifies that they are just acolytes.
Okay.
Um, so these are not high-ranking members of the cult, and they don't have a whole lot of possessions, and they
No, but
don't
it
have a
also
whole lot of
wouldn't arouse
authority.
suspicion if we took them and needed to pretend to be them for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's always easier to impersonate a low-ranking official. Okay, so we have 2 daggers, 3 fucked up robes, a short sword, a mace, and 3 pendants. And of course, the pouches upon each of their persons. I would definitely take my second dagger back. If Colton would like to
Okay.
keep one, that is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to remove those 2. I'm going to add 1 more to my inventory. Damaged robes. I'm
We have this built that we could try to repair it with too.
So what I'm thinking is, um, I was gonna take one pendant, but I think I'll take two.
Okay.
Um, so one could be for showing people when questioning them what they know, or have they seen this symbol, blah blah blah. And then an extra one should that be lost or something happened because I showed the wrong person, or because Colton might need one too. But I'm gonna grab two.
Yeah.
So two
I'll grab
pendants.
I'll grab the third pendant then.
Okay.
Okay.
I already own a
And I'll
short
grab
sword.
the Wait, you already called the short sword?
No, I own a short sword.
Oh yeah, I was gonna take the short sword.
Okay.
Then the other
And
one.
since we do both have the spools, I'm going to grab one damaged robe because it's still better than nothing, and as you said, we can repair it.
Yep. Well, someone can.
Yeah, yeah. That was a royal we. And if
Yeah.
you want the mace, you are welcome to it. I do not want it.
No. But I will take another, or I'll take a one of the other cultists' robes as well.
Okay. Well, for the sake of not leaving it there, well, we don't have our backpacks, so how much can we technically carry, Tugboat?
Um, with some quick thinking and fashioning, you could probably turn at this moment the damaged robes into a kind of like knapsack or backpack type of thing. Um, and they are all they're all cinched at the waist with a rope, with a length of rope that you could use to secure it to your body.
Okay, I would
So
say
that's basically I'm giving you guys a free basic backpack.
very basic, but yes, free indeed. Um, okay, let's see. There's 3 robes in total. Well, there's 4 robes in total because the previously unknown has shed
Harry.
his because that disguise is no good. So we do have 4.
Well, he pulled off the hood. He's still wearing the robe.
He's still wearing the robe.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing anything. He's not wearing anything underneath in particular. So because he's undercover as his disguise.
Right.
So
Okay. In that case, that leaves us with 3. Um, shit. I'm trying
oh,
to
I just
decide.
remembered a thing. Hold on. Before you guys get too worried about fixing it, Ari happens to have a cantrip. Takes him 1 minute to cast it per, but he is able to mend. Mending is the cantrip. He's able to mend the robes so that they no longer appear damaged.
Okay.
So
So,
if you would like him to, he is more than willing to spend the time repairing the robe with this.
so the reason I was doing the math is because 3 robes would be 1 per person, including the unknown,
Area.
but that only leaves 1 to fashion a backpack.
That's true.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
So either we have 1 backpack or someone doesn't have a robe,
Yeah.
which
So inside of the robes, you find a few small pockets, such as like you could stash a dagger. Also,
done.
due to the one cultist having his sword at his waist, I mean, that it wouldn't be out of the question for you to have a sword tied to you, and that wouldn't necessarily break your disguise. Um, and everything else, I don't think anything else that you picked up would be necessarily out of the question. The bolt of cloth would be the biggest eyebrow raiser as it stands, as far as a disguise goes. So you have enough pocket space on the inside of your robe and pouch at your belt that you now all have that you could
So,
carry everything that you have without arousing a whole lot of.
okay. Um, so with that granted, if his caltrip is mending, could we have him fashion like much more casual backpacks out of say a couple yardage of the cloth?
It
Because
is
would
only
mending and
used
fashioning be under the
for
same category?
no, it is repairing.
Okay. Then, but even so, we could keep that in mind for later if we come across someone.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think, Colton? You're quiet over there.
Um, I say let's fashion two of them into backpacks, and then
Because
I'm sure
he's
they have other cultist robes at the hand's place as well. So,
Oh, you mean there's bound to be other robes hanging around here somewhere, or
or no, at the headquarters of the hand because they're trying to infiltrate this place, right?
I
So
they
suppose that would
are.
make sense.
Yeah.
it would stand to reason that we wouldn't really need the robes because they'd have extras there.
Okay, I
I
agree with this
mean,
logic. Two backpacks
as
and one
far
robe that could be bended,
okay.
or well,
Um,
knapsacks, if you will.
yeah. Okay, so who who is going to wear the robe?
Which would arouse less suspicion.
I have not a
Hmm.
clue.
That was a bit more rhetorical.
Right.
Um, half elf hunter from the ocean, which I
Well,
don't know any of that. Yes, I know.
out
Uh,
of out of DM and out of character, um, remember that you happen to have proficiency in sneaking,
that's
and
what I'm
so
considering, but
you
a bright red
right,
cloak at the same time.
right. But
I think I'll
as
take it
far as like,
nonetheless.
okay, okay,
All right. So, um,
Will is looking to go to bed. So we should wrap up within the next 5 minutes.
that's fine. What should I
Yeah.
write that down as? Knapsack, I suppose.
Okay.
Once I'm not sure.
Um.
What were we calling the pendants? Just cultist.
You can. So Tarith is spelled Tarith. So you could go Tarith pendant.
Okay. And I have a count of two. One damaged robe, which is no longer damaged. Cultist robe. And a knapsack. Okay.
Okay.
So should we leave
Um.
off under the impression of traveling?
Well. At this moment in time, you guys are kind of you are in the sitting room, and through the explanation of Ari, you know that there is in between you and the shortest exit out, or the shortest route to the exit, there is a foyer, and starting within the hour is a like a kind of like a church service, like a mass happening in the small cathedral hall that is on the first floor of the crypt. Um, they refer to it as a crypt. It has obviously been renovated and done to being much more expansive than just a burial place. Um, but there's a small cathedral hall that is just past the room that you guys are presently in, and within the hour, they will be calling a meeting or like a mass with all of the acolytes. So um, it is entirely plausible that beginning promptly, you will not be able to just walk out.
Okay.
All
Also,
right.
we haven't searched their bodies entirely yet.
I mean, you took their clothes. They don't have anything under their clothes. Inside of
I
their
figured we just took
pouches.
the cloak.
Well,
So,
I mean, you took their robes,
okay. So then we
which
took the
was what
money
they were
or
wearing.
the money they
Yeah.
had on them as well.
So, I would guess that each of you at least took one of the pouches, the waist pouches.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hold on. Where's my? Oh, that's where I put. So, um, Colton, you get 4 gold pieces, and Cody, you get 6 gold pieces.
Yee.
And how are you guys splitting the third pouch?
I'd
Well,
say
we could do the
I'd
math
say
as a
half.
grand total, but
Yeah.
So there were 10 gold pieces in that pouch. So if you guys want to split it, you can each get 5.
I say we do that.
Yeah, it sounds fair to me.
So for flavor and for reference, the currency of Magra is in like a think like the I think it's Japanese coins where it's like a ring, and so they actually put them on like almost like a key ring, or they tie a string through it, and that is how they keep their money sorted. And then also inside of these pouches are some assorted, like very very minor spell casting things, like bits of string and some leaves, nothing really of note. Maybe and like a little bit of incense or something that isn't really of use to you. So you can have them, but they're not
Bits
really
of
helpful.
string. How is that used in a
Crushed.
spell?
Some of them, some spells, if you are casting them without an arcane focus, they have a component of like a piece of string, like a pinch of crushed leaves, kind of deal. Because D&D gets weirdly specific sometimes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
String. I'll grab whatever herbs are in there, such as the leaves and stuff, since I have a background in that. How much string is there?
I would say in one pouch there was 2 inches of string.
Yeah, I'm not gonna grab that. That's too little for me. All
Yeah, I
right.
figured.
I'll
That was the only
I'll
pouch
just
with
write
any
that
string.
down as leaves,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna
Assorted
put NA
leaves.
as quantity,
Yeah.
and I will grab the incense.
Cool. You can write that down as. Hold on. Let me figure out how much block of incense, because I don't want to do what I did with the bolt. Doop doop doop. I don't know how much. How big is a block of incense? I don't know.
I mean, if it's
40 bricks.
if it's like essential
Okay.
oils, it's small.
Yeah, it's pretty tiny. Yeah. So yeah, you can have one block of incense.
Block.
Yeah.
I mean, I just put a quantity as a numerical value, so I'm gonna put 1 incense.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Is that all we found?
That's all you found.
Okay.
These guys are acolytes in a cult. They had all of their other possessions either stripped away or sold for cult funding.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So Colton, since I keep grabbing stuff, if you want to grab the mace and you can pawn that off later.
I wasn't planning on grabbing it, but
I just figured I've been grabbing a lot of stuff for my own personal use. I figured you could,
no,
if
I'm
you don't
good.
want it, I'll grab it myself because weight's not really an issue at the moment.
Yeah, go right ahead then.
Well, I'll grab it and sell it later.
Okay. I am going to do this. Oh, I didn't. Stop. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Cool. I'm aware of things.